I've had my cat, Mittens, for 7 years. Last night, I realized her shadow doesn't match her body anymore. My name is Maya, 29. Mittens is a black cat with white paws. A perfect tuxedo. We've been inseparable. Last night, she was sleeping on the kitchen floor under the harsh overhead light. I walked past and stopped dead. Mittens' body was small, curled, and perfectly black and white. But the shadow cast on the linoleum floor was impossibly long and thin. It wasn't the shadow of a curled cat. It was the shadow of a standing, skeletal dog. I flicked the light off, then on. The shadow was still wrong. I grabbed Mittens and her body felt normal. I took her into the hallway, positioning her under a new light source. The shadow was still the long, gaunt dog shape. I started crying. I knew Mittens was dying, but this was impossible. Then Mittens stretched out. I looked at her paws. Mittens had 4 paws. Her shadow still showed 4 paws, but the shadow paws were now leaving faint, dark, wet prints on the wooden floor. I got a towel and wiped the prints. They were warm, and they smelled faintly of salt water. I looked back at Mittens, who was now staring at the space where the shadow prints had been. She blinked slowly, then let out a sound. Not a meow, but a low, guttural hiss that sounded like escaping steam. And in that moment, the impossible shadow lifted completely off the floor. It unfolded, stood tall, and let out a single, wet, silent bark. Mittens immediately leaped off the table, scrambling to escape her own shadow, which was now blocking the door.